Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is February 12th, 2026, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 17. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 17, and it says this: Whoever speaks the truth declares what is right, but a false witness, deceit. This is one of those verses that feels like no duh. And yet, when we look at it really close, there's some depth to it, as always when it comes to Solomon's Proverbs, as he's teaching his sons the right way to live. Whoever speaks with a depth of conviction, that word truth, declares justice. But a false witness, only concerned about deceit. A person who speaks falsely without conviction is only concerned about themselves. Now, I want you to hear me. I can speak with conviction and adamantly be convinced that I am right and still be wrong. But I don't speak with conviction and adamantly be convinced I'm right over things that I know I'm wrong about. I tend to speak with absolute conviction and be adamant about the things that I believe are going to provide justice, wholeness, completeness. There are times where I speak with conviction and I got it wrong, but I didn't do it intentionally to harm anyone. I just got it wrong. Matter of fact, in those occasions, I go back when I find out I got it wrong and make it right. So Solomon's giving you and I and his sons a way to determine somebody's heart. If they are speaking with conviction, what does that mean? They're speaking with I will put my all behind this, and I will take the consequences if I'm wrong, or I will put myself in front of this situation, and I will take whatever consequences come my way for speaking. That's someone who's speaking with conviction. You can measure their heart pretty well in that circumstance. Maybe your dad has reprimanded you and you know absolutely they are 100% wrong in their reprimand. But they're doing it from the right place. How are you going to react to that? Your teacher, your boss, whatever. Well, the first thing I have to do is weigh the heart, right? Their conviction. They're looking out for justice. They may be wrong, but they're looking out for what's right. On the other side of it, someone may be speaking and even sounding like they have conviction, but you can tell that all they're doing is angry. What they're really doing is acting from a deceitful nature. Your reaction can be different from both of those situations because now you know their heart. Because the heart behind what they're doing tells you who they are and what their character is. I know it's tough. But as we go out into the world today, we're going to have the opportunities to see these truths in action. Maybe you have to deal with somebody in law enforcement, or maybe you have to deal with the pastor, or a family member, or your boss. And they are ranting and raving about something. From the outside perspective, all of it looks like ranting and raving, but when you look close, you can see the conviction or the lack thereof. You can see the anger, the dissatisfaction in themselves if they're just a false witness. But you can also see the compassion inside of that unease when it's from a person who has conviction. Now, the compassion may not be towards you. I get that. But you can see the compassion. And once you see the compassion, now you have a greater place to stand. Because while it may not be right, it is a heart of helps. On the other side of it, if you hear compassion and conviction and you can't say that they're wrong, you might want to do something about it. Otherwise, you're on the other side of this equation. Solomon gave these to us and to his sons so that we would know ourselves and know our relationship with God. And I think that's the most critical part of understanding this. It's to develop who we are and develop our relationship with God. And we can't develop our relationship or figure out who we are unless we develop our relationship with God. So where's our focus today? Guys, it's enough for today, but I want you to know this. Without a doubt, I love you all. My heart is true in that. I get things wrong on occasion, but my heart is true on that. I love you. Have a great day. God bless.